Well, hello everybody. My name is Hill Bill, and with me today is Jeff G. Holt from V-Twin Visionary. How you doing today, Jeff?
Good, man. How you doing, brother?
Doing well. Getting the day started right. It's day 3 out here at the Four Corners Motorcycle Rally in Durango.
But great already.
Yeah. So why don't you tell the people about V-Twin Visionary?
Oh man, V-Twin Visionary is something that we came up with after I was excused from my position of the editorial director of a few magazines back when there were magazines back in the day, and I kind of just started my own brand. It's kind of a news source, and we do events all around the country with Harley Davidson and a lot of other people. We just have fun, and we educate people on the hottest, newest motorcycle parts.
Sounds like a pretty good gig to me.
Yeah, beats having a real job.
How many tours have you guys do?
We do pretty much one tour throughout the year all over the United States, and it's about 28 stops. So we do. We're pretty much out there every weekend taking care of business and showing riders all sorts of cool stuff.
Awesome, man. That's cool. How'd you get started in motorcycling?
I was a kid that just raced BMX, didn't have a lot of money to ride motorcycles or anything like that. When I was a young adult, late teen, I picked up riding dirt bikes like a lot of other people, and just had friends with dirt bikes and caught the bug of riding, and then, got a Harley. That was the first bike I ever had. I didn't really have any other motorcycle. Yeah, I had scooters. I had Vespas and Lambrettas that I messed around with, in the 80s.
You just kind of jumped right into the deep end with a Harley on.
Pretty much.
You're not too broke for anything else, and then all of a sudden...
Yeah, and then I just, came up on one.
Right on. What was that bike?
It was a 76 FLH.
That's a cool bike, dude.
Yeah, it was a nice bike, man.
Yeah. What motorcycle have you ridden that really surprised you?
The gnarliest thing I've ever ridden was a Ducati Panigale. And it was a race spec bike.
Yeah.
It went 140 miles an hour by the time it was in, fourth gear.
Jeez.
It was an amazing bike,
missile.
man. It was a missile. I was scared of it. I can't believe people ride those things every day. They're nuts.
Yeah, which kind of leads us straight into the next question. Have you ever been involved in a motorcycle accident?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Nothing major. I've been cut off, turned left. Nothing where I've had major surgeries, but, broken ankle, broken wrist, nothing life-threatening, thank God.
Yeah. What have you learned from your motorcycle accident experience?
For me, it's always, you really need to be alert for other riders, drivers, and pedestrians. Like, you need to have your head on a swivel all the time.
Yeah, that's true. That's a fact.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed about V-Twin Visionary is the industry as a whole is a little older in the age demographic, and the products that you sell really seem to attract a younger audience. Is that an intentional move on your part?
Yeah, we're really performance based, so we're really speaking to the kids who are maybe first time riders or came from BMX, skateboarding, and surfing and things like that, action sports stuff. So they're coming off a dirt bike or a skateboard or a BMX bike. Really, we're showing them how you can make these things cool. They're not grandpa glides or anything like that. You could put something together cool with cool paint and ride the wheels off of it. Big brakes, big motors, good suspension, and American made stuff. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah. What advice would you give to the younger generation who's thinking about getting involved in the American V-Twin market? And to get an American V-Twin motorcycle.
Sure. Now you've got choices, which is cool. You don't have to just get a Harley. I suggest it, but you could get an Indian or anything else and have a lot of fun building it too. But the big thing being is you got to realize motorcycles are dangerous. They're inherently dangerous, and you need to take that into account and realize that your actions can be life-threatening.
Yeah.
And make sure your bike's safe, make sure it runs good, and your tires are good, and you have enough air in your tires, which is one big thing. I constantly tell people, man, you need to keep your tires at the recommended PSI, like that at least. Check your brakes, flush your fluids, just kind of basic maintenance stuff, and then you can figure out what you want to do performance-wise.
It's funny you bring up the tire pressure thing. I got a tire here in Durango a couple of years ago, and I put it on myself at the shop, and I cruised out and I made it to just outside of Miami. And people are like pointing at me. So I pull over and I look, and it just got wire just showing on the back of my bike. When I put the tire on, I popped the bead, but I forgot to inflate it. And I only made it about 2,000 miles on that brand new tire.
Yeah.
You know, those are the kind of rides that you're always going to remember. You know, I was stuck like 60 miles outside of Miami with
a funky tire size.
Yeah, and trying to get it all solved. Those are the days that you always remember. You know, like the days where everything goes right.
Yeah,
those are
the ones you don't remember.
So why don't you tell me a story about a day that's easy to remember?
Oh man, I mean, I've had so many adverse days. I mean, it's funny, whether it's, you know, sweltering heat and, you know, my wife, she almost passed out. It was 119 in Baker, California. We pulled off the bike, and I mean, it was bad. Like, she could barely walk. You know, both of us were completely dehydrated. You know, that's one to always remember. You know, I felt really bad because, you know, I was in charge of the situation and everything else. And, you know, I've had my fair share of, you know, motors blown, and down in Mexico, I caught flat, you know, and luckily, you know, we're in Mexico, so anybody can plug flat.
Yeah.
But, you know, we were in the middle of nowhere. Dude comes up in a truck, throw the bike in the back of the truck, take it to his cousin's house, and he plugs the flat, and on I go, you know. And, you know, I've done everything from, you know, throwing a rod to, you know, handlebars loosening up and handlebars breaking. I mean, I've had a lot of experiences where it wasn't the best.
Have you ever used Russ Brown's motorcycle assistance program?
Yes, I have, as a matter of fact. And it's come in very handy.
Yeah, I've used that thing like at least 3 times. This one time I blew a wheel bearing in Green River, Utah, and this guy picked me up and he drove me all the way up to Salt Lake City.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Luckily, it's been kind of local assistance for me. You know, it's been in big towns, not any place like Green River.
Yeah, dude, it was just surprising. There's like 4 people out there I had to choose from.
That's so cool. I mean, I love that network of people.
What's the 1 year or the 5-year vision of V-Twin Visionary? What can we expect from you?
More of the same. You know, we're going to be hitting more spots, doing more things with Harley Davidson and at the dealer level as well. So a lot of dealer education, a lot of you know, just kind of making this performance thing stick and stay. You know, definitely showing off things.
What do you mean by the dealer education?
Pretty much, you know, helping dealers, and whether they're independent bike shop dealers or Harley dealers, just really letting them understand these new line of American-made parts that we carry. And, you know, even things like the newest helmets from Scorpion and Shinko tires and things like that as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, a lot of people, you know, they get a little overloaded with what is all over the internet, and, you know, buying decisions is kind of crazy. So, I mean, helping guys kind of figure that out, you know, and helping, you know, our partners kind of, you know, understand their way as well. You know, it's kind of the push me pull you thing.
Yeah. What's going on? You guys have an event coming up in Tennessee.
Yeah, we do the Smoky Mountain Tour. So it's 4 days of riding. There's 2 lead rides per day. There's a short ride and a long ride. We party all night. There's bands, music, vendors, just everything, man. And it's at Smoky Mountain Harley Davidson.
Cool.
Yeah, it's all centered around there, and we ride all day and party all night.
Sounds like about what we've been doing the last 3 days.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, Jeff, thanks so much for your time.
Oh, thank you,
and
sir.
I think I'm going to fly out and see you in Tennessee.
Yes, it's going to be great. We hope you all are there too.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
All right.